being called upon, but it's the wrong season. She said, some of you are up next, but you're not ready. And she said, we got to get you ready.
You up next.
You up next.
But you won't go now.
Yeah, but you want to go now.
It's not your season.
It's not your season.
This season right here is for you to train.
Yes.
For you to listen.
Yes.
For you to observe. For you to get closer. For you to hear better.
Yep.
But no, you ready.
You ready.
You want to make the season come.
Oh, yeah.
What we just said about forcing seasons.
Oh, girl, it never works out. You go through, you learn a valuable lesson when you force seasons. You learn, one, that you can't change the rules.
You cannot.
And then you learn that until you get it right, you're going to repeat it. Oh, until you get it right,
you can't repeat it.
You're going to repeat it.
I just heard something. We have to be really careful about promoting ourselves into the wrong time, right? If it's not your time and you force it, when it comes to God, we're all his children. You really don't even have a clue of how to treat the children.
Yeah.
Right? You'll scatter the children.
Scatter
You'll scar the children. You'll damage the children.
Yeah. I've gone through some of that. Where I was damaged by spiritual leaders. Take advantage of you, manipulate you. All of those things, and it's, you expect, especially when you're young, in the ministry, you look up to these people. You expect them to behave in a certain way,
right? And
that's not always true,
right?
And you can do a lot of damage. You can run people, away from the church.
You can. You really can.
You can run people away. You can run people away from the church. I remember one time I was at a church. And I told my friend, if I was somebody coming in off the streets, I would leave this church and never come back.
Yeah.
And that prompted me to say something to the leader about what was going on, because even I knew that if I was a new convert or even just somebody walking off the street, I didn't feel enough love in the house. The looks that were shot at me, or that was shot at this new person that was coming in. I knew that
because they were in the wrong season. They didn't have enough maturity yet. They was really next. But see, what happens is, because we don't have a whole lot of people who are willing to do the work, we don't have a whole lot of people who are willing to come to church all the time. Right. Be committed to something all the time. Right? So therefore people will say, well, you know what, we need somebody. Yeah. And so they just put you in a position because they need a body. Right. So here you are, you've been put in a position. But the body does too much damage. You've been put in the position of an usher, but you're not even friendly. Right. Like you're not even friendly. You're not observant. You don't even let anybody, just pass by. You don't even know what's going on. But somebody prematurely out of season because they needed somebody at the door, put you in that position. And like we just said, you can't change the rules of the season. So if you weren't prepared, you're doing the right thing. You got a good heart. You say, well, if they want me to do it, I'm just going to say yes. But it's not your season for it, because if you have no friendly in you, if you have no observation, discernment in you, you're not supposed to be the usher. No, you don't know your lane. Okay? You know how important that position is? It's very important. Well, David said, I'd rather be a doorkeeper. Yeah, in the house of the Lord. You know how privileged I feel when I'm called on to come and usher? Yeah. And that's a like that. Everybody wants to be the preacher. Everybody wants to be the pulpit. But nobody understands that every position in his house. And let me tell you, you don't really want that pressure. Your life is no longer yours. Oh my goodness. You're constantly being judged. You think you're being judged now. Constantly being judged and scrutinized. Because you say that you're saved, and all you're a preacher, they hold you to a higher standard, even though you're dust, just like them. But you're held to a higher standard. And I do believe that we should have standards for ministers. It's certain things, when you say you believe in God and that you have arrived at the level of carrying the title of pastor, evangelist,
minister, when you start putting acronyms in front of your name and behind your name, what it says is that you have mastered a certain level.
That's what it says.
And there are certain things you do not do.
That's what it says.
Okay?
That's what it says.
That's what that means. So then when you are doing things that do not belong with that title, okay? Because a fifth grader is not going to still be wetting themselves. You do that in daycare. Okay? You learn, you get potty trained in daycare.
And we can't just keep excusing you, fifth graders. Like, we can't just keep saying, but you know what? You know what? God ain't through with them yet. We can't keep doing it.
Correct. When you get those titles, they're supposed to be, you've mastered certain things in life.
Right.
You've mastered certain,
and that's what that's saying.
Yeah. We're not saying you're perfect, but you have.
But it's saying you've mastered certain things in life, right?
Correct.
You want to much like I have masters in theology. And I can't hold a conversation with you about the word.
Correct.
I can't hold a conversation with you about anything really that has to do with theology. Yes. Come on now. Yeah. You might as well just be on the pew with me. Like, pastor holds a certain connotation.
It holds a certain connotation. And then I know people try to use, we're all human and we make mistakes. No, when you take on those roles, what you're saying is that you have mastered a certain level of living. There's a certain standard of living that you have.
Right. Because holiness is not your skirt.
Correct.
It's not your skirt.
It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
So if you see me in the club, and I don't even know y'all clubs.
Oh my goodness.
I'm about to age myself.
Over.
But if you see me in a club, you have a right.
You have a right
to question why.
It's there.
Correct.
Now let me tell you why.
Yeah.
Give me a chance to tell you first. Y'all been there? Look.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna speak for anybody else. Let me just speak for me. Okay?
Well, I can speak for me.
I've been there.
Yes.
Okay. Because it's a transition.
It is.
It's a transition. But what that made me do, I'm gonna tell you what it made me do. Because I got tired of that. Not so much even about me, but just listening to conversations of people, just dragging people of God down, right? Because they were still making mistakes, and because they may have still been stuck in an issue longer than they thought they should be, right?
Yes.
So I said, you know what I'm gonna do? And I got tired of people giving me information that they weren't backing up, that they weren't showing me deeper about what, just can't give me a line, give me something, give me some content. So you know what? I said early on, I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna study this Bible for myself.
Yeah, because you gotta go for yourself.
Oh yeah, because when I was out there, I ain't leave nothing to chance. I ain't leave nothing to a chance, right? Logistically, I had already planned it out. You can't come telling me this is where you get to California. You can say that all you want to. Okay, you lived in California 90 years, but before I leave to go to California, I'm going to have 2 alternate rights that I know. Okay? That's just the way I
am. So, over here in Christianity.
Let's let somebody just be but I said I'm not going to, if I have to go to hell, I'm going to know why.
Yes.
I want to go to heaven, so I want to know what is the path to that.
Yes.
I don't trust anybody with that but Jesus.
Yes.
So I started studying that. Man, I studied that Bible. Man, I've been studying that Bible. And I want to always remember.
What's in that season, process it.
I don't never want to, I try to never forget.
Yeah.
Because if you never forget, you'll respect somebody else's season.
Yeah.
Huh? Instead of being judgmental and gossipy, if you never forget, then you'll trust they doing the wrong thing, but they're in the right season, but they're doing the wrong thing. And then you would try to assist, reach back.
You can't
I remember. I try not. It keeps you humble. It keeps you humble when you try to never forget.
It does when you can remember. And there are seasons. So I was trying to come out of the world. I still had the world pulling on me. Yeah. I was still very much in the grasp and the clasp of the world, even though I had accepted the Lord Jesus Christ as my personal Savior. Okay, that was I had accepted Him. I still had to deal with this flesh, with this body, and so that seasons, and the seasons kept changing, and every season I was still processing.
That's right.
And it didn't happen overnight. And don't let anybody tell you that it's going to happen overnight.
That's good. Look at the camera on that one. That's good.
Don't let anybody tell you
That's
that
good.
it's going to happen overnight.